Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai, Rakata Yahweh, Rakata Yahushai. Let's give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, and taught us His word. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect across the planet Earth, pushing the truth, sincerity, and the truth, and through the Spirit. Yeah, out here another Saturday, push prophecies, downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as America, time of Jacob's trouble, ultimately, and the hour of temptation, known as the mark of the beast, and how that day is coming, man. It's coming soon, right? But some news, prophecy. Trump is in the news talking about releasing the UFO files, disclosure again. For a while now, they've been trying to release these UFOs. I guess Bawaqar, Obama came out and was talking about the UFOs. So I'm gonna start off with that and get into 1 Corinthians, 3rd chapter, well at the time. But this is article at the Scientific American. Yeah, some chariots have been around since the beginning. Some chariots ain't nothing new. Talking about some unidentified flying objects, right? But they have been identified according to the scriptures. They're known as the vehicles that the angels get around with. The angels use. They've been around since the beginning, since the creation, to help form this planet Earth. Man. There's nothing new about these chariots and disclosure. The men of the Lord have been known about the chariots. And as we get closer to the end, they're showing themselves more and more. Right? Where the government has to release some information on these chariots, right? Because they've been seen all over the place. They're making themselves known. The orbs in the skies, the fire in the sky, They make movies about it. There's this new movie that's coming out, Spielberg. He hasn't released a movie in I don't know how long. And all of a sudden he's coming out with a movie called Disclosure. This summer. It's about the chariots, man. I gotta see that. See what he puts in there, man. Spielberg hasn't released a movie in I don't know how long. It's been a minute, and now that we're ahead and getting closer to thing, he's gonna release a movie about, chariots. And he was always interested in the chariots, going back to the movie E.T. He always pushed about the chariots. And I think he remade World of Worlds. With Tom Cruise. I think he was involved in that. Spielberg. So a lot of them they know, and you got all these movies that come out like Independence Day, and they got that directly out of the scriptures. But this article I got out of the Scientific American.com. It's dated yesterday, February 20th, 2026. It's titled Trump's order to release evidence for aliens obscures the scientific research for extraterrestrial life. Now these chariots are making the news again. Everybody's talking about the chariots this, the chariots that. Why? Because they're showing themselves toward the end. And the chariots are going to play a significant role in the destruction of this place. We'll look at that scripture. The destruction. They're going to bring fire. They're going to blast fire in this place too, as well as deliver the elect. The chariots are going to play a dual role. In these end times, man. They're going to be the salvation, the deliverance of Israel, the elect. They're also going to play a part in the destruction of this place as well, man. What you call the vehicles you call UFOs. It says on Thursday, the U.S. president ordered the release of federal files related to UFOs and aliens. Although no evidence of extraterrestrials visiting Earth is known to exist. We've seen them chariots, man. We're all throughout the scriptures. The prophets have seen them. And our enemies of the scriptures have seen them. Hell, King David, we prayed, the chariot came, blasted on his enemies. So the chariots have always been there, man. No evidence. The scriptures is the evidence. The faith is the evidence. On Thursday, U.S. President Donald Trump announced on his social media platform, Truth Social, that he would direct the Department of Defense and other federal agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files relating to alien and extraterrestrial life. So they want to mix it in with like aliens and little green men. tentacles, and big heads, big old black eyes. No, man. Ain't no green demons are flying those ships. And those are the angels, man. The angels are flying those chariots. He would direct the Department of Defense and other federal agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files relating to aliens and extraterrestrial life. Unidentified aerial phenomenon and unidentified flying objects. Those are two acronyms that he named it. The most recent one, unidentified aerial phenomenon, right? And unidentified flying objects and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters. Yeah, so the aliens, when the chariots, show themselves, man. The Department of Defense can't do anything with them. They try to shoot missiles at it, and it'll just bounce off. There's actually a video of a missile bouncing off a chariot. There's video footage of a missile going through the chariot, right? That's technology. That's the power of Habashim Yahushai, man. Can't compete with that. The directive came after a podcast interview last week in which former President Barack Obama said that he believed aliens were real, but that he hadn't seen evidence of them during his presidency. Speaking to reporters, well, that's a lie. They see, that's why they create these telescopes. Got the Hubble telescope. There's a new one that they made that's even stronger than the Hubble. I forgot the name of it. They create these big, gigantic telescopes, put them out there in space, and they can see different planets. They claim they can see to the edge of the universe, or the edge of the known galaxy, whatever they call it. The observable universe, that's what they call it. They say they can see all that, They can't get to it. They've seen them chariots. They've seen other angels, man. They've seen all types of things out there. They can't get to it. They've seen other planets. That's for the elect. That's for Israel, man. So I say I go and I prepare a place for you, man. All the heavens, galaxies, planets. That's all for the elect of Israel, man. Mainly, that's for all Israel, man. Eventually. So I ain't gonna be able to go out there, man. You can see it with this technology. There's nothing he can do with it. He can't damn sure can't fight it. And all this is going to be known at the end. All this is going to be known. There ain't going to be no mysteries. There ain't going to be no mysteries of these chariots, what these chariots are, man. There's going to be a war in heaven. The sky is going to be filled with chariots. Howard Shai, when he comes back, he's going to be on a big mothership, fathership, I should say. Cover up the skies. This is as big as a mountain, man. Chariots. Chariot that Yahweh Shai is coming back in, that's going to block out the whole sky, man. So there ain't going to be no mystery for long, man. Speaking to reporters on board Air Force One on Thursday, Trump criticized Obama's remarks, alleging that the former president's comments had disclosed classified information. Trump himself has previously faced charges for improper handling of classified materials, trying to keep everything, under wraps. One thing that they couldn't keep under wraps of these scriptures, man. This book. You can't classify this book, man. The mysteries of that book, man. Why? Because Yahweh Shai is behind it, man. Yahweh Shai is the word, man. Yahweh Shai unlocked the seals of this book and gave it to his men, his prophets. So you can't declassify this information, even though he's tried, man. Created the Apocrypha, took certain books out. The Apocrypha took certain books out of it, man, to cover up some information, try to hide information, painting himself in the likeness, created Caesar Borgia, painted him up to be, basically going out there to deceive the world. He tried to deceive the world, but he couldn't, man. This is a spiritual thing. A declassification order, man. Trump's declassification order, the current president said, may get Obama out of trouble. Sean Kirkpatrick, who served as the first director of the Pentagon's All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, is the first director of Pentagon's all-domain anomaly resolution, an anomaly resolution office. He got a whole office there dedicated to covering that stuff up, man. Anomaly resolution office. 2022 to 2023 tells Scientific American that Obama said nothing classified, and in fact said nothing that hasn't been said in many forums. They ain't said nothing new, man. The chariots have always been around, man. I've always known about the chariots. The only thing is now, they know such thing as aliens, extraterrestrial beings with green eyes and tentacles and all that. In that movie Independence Day, or monsters out in space. No, man. The beings that are flying those ships are the angels of the Lord, man. Skipping down, says Obama has since clarified his views on aliens after his podcast interview caused an uproar. Yeah, there's certain things that you can't be saying. You know what chariots about there? They've seen the aliens or the angels, Salat. They've seen them. A book called The Rainmakers of Saturn. This guy got his name. He wrote that book, the Ringmakers of Saturn, man. And he made the headlines way back in the day. On YouTube, his YouTube channel, I forgot the name of it. They went into a lot of that stuff like that about, aliens, chariots or whatever. He said that he came out and said, yeah, they're black. The aliens are black. The song. Forgot his name though. He said Obama has since clarified his views on aliens after his podcast interview caused uproar, saying in an Instagram post that he saw no evidence during my presidency the extraterrestrials have made contact with us, really. But who knows what he's seen? We know what we see. We see the chariots. We read about the chariots, and we know they exist. We know they exist. We know the angels are out there, man. The aliens, man. There's such thing as aliens, man. The aliens are the angels. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. So the article goes on and on. Yeah, the chariots are back in the news, right? But at the end of this thing, there ain't gonna be no mystery. Or what these chariots are, who they belong to, and what they're about to do. Man. But just a brief history, because chariots have been around since the creation, right? Since the beginning. So as Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, the powers created heaven and earth. And the powers, where there is Alhayim, powers plural, the angels, the elect, they created the planet Earth, man, the heavens, along with Yahweh Shai, and the angels and his elect men that are back here today, the reincarnation. The earth was void, or the earth was formed, without form, and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of the Most High moved upon the face of the waters. That's the point, man. The Spirit of the Most High is the Spirit moved upon the waters. You look up that word moved in the Hebrew. Where there is a rahap means to hover. So it says the Spirit of the Most High hovered over the waters, hovered over the planet while it was being created. Take part in the creation. It's to hover. Yes, and chariots have always been here since the beginning. Prophet Ezekiel, man, he saw the chariots. He described them. A lot of these filmmakers get their inspiration from these scriptures, and to bring a visual representation of what those chariots of Israel look like. So Ezekiel 1:4. So I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, a fire enfolding itself, a fire enfolding itself. So these chariots go by different names in the scripture. The scriptures use different names, describes different things. Certain words weren't available or weren't around back then. It's also known as a cloud or a star, like in Egypt. Pillar of fire by night and a cloud by day. The Israelites followed when they were released out of Egypt. That's another example of chariots all throughout the scriptures, man. It says, I looked and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself. So if you watch that movie Independence Day, it gives you a good example of that. When that big chariot came into the atmosphere, and it's something about smoke, fire, was around it, right? And a brightness was about it, brightness. And out of the midst thereof, the color amber. Out of the midst of the fire. So it's golden fire, color amber. That movie, I keep saying it, movie Independence Day is a great representation of that. The chariot coming into the atmosphere. And also, out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance, that they had the likeness of a man. Those are the angels, man. The likeness of men, of a man. So the angels are men, they're not babies, they're not women, they're the likeness of a man, right? That's who the ones are controlling those ships. That's also part of that deception, Roman Catholicism, they paint the angels up as babies, that blonde-haired, blue-eyed babies, blonde-haired women, and all that. Like we read on, this goes into the attributes of the living creatures, man. And also those chariots are spiritual, it's not like modern technology that Esau has. He's got his little anti-propulsion systems or whatever. Planes that can hover and move. Who knows what this man had, But these chariots are spiritual, man. I'm just jumping down to verse 19. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. Yeah, it's spiritual, man. The spirits are attached to them, man. That's why you gotta get the new bodies, man, in order to go up into them ships. Well, this old body, put off the corruptible, put on the incorruption, man. The blinking of an eye. You change. You need those new bodies to get up in that ship, man. Them ships are spiritual, man. Be able to go up there in the atmosphere, travel around the galaxy, whatever. However the Lord does it, man. When those went, these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. I just want to get the account in Exodus, man. So that's very important as well. Going into the history of these chariots. chariots have always been around, always helping out the men of the Lord. And they're going to help out the men of the Lord at this time as well. Yeah, this is right when the children of Israel, left, left the bondage of Egyptian captivity. It's I'll start at 17. It's Exodus 13 and 17. And it came to pass, Pharaoh had let the people go, and the Most High led them not through the way of the land of the Philistine, although that was near. And the Most High said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. Yeah, the Most High led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went up, harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with them, and he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, Most High will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Succoth, and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, and led them the way in the wilderness. And by night, pillar of fire. So what was that, man? To give them light, to go by day and by night. So we just read in Ezekiel, pillar, it says by night a pillar of fire. We just read in Ezekiel what Ezekiel saw, the cloud, enfolded itself, brightness about it, but fire in the color of amber. Chariots are bright like fire, man, in the sky. So they were, by nighttime, that's Yahweh I was in that chariot, leading them through the wilderness by day, by night. The brightness of that chariot, so they can see, walk through. In the daytime, it was like a cloud, He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. He didn't take it away, man. It was always there, man. But people still went off, As soon as I got to the land, what did they do? Or was they on Mount Sinai? What did they do? Erected a golden calf and all that. They gave the calf a credit, That's why those got destroyed 2/3 of our people. When these same people came back here today, man. So our Lord ain't gonna save all Israel this time around, man. Chariots, they're going to play that dual role. They've always played that role of protecting, the Israelites. The men of the Lord. Protect the men of the Lord again today. Isaiah 31:5, as birds flying, so will the Lord Yahweh Shai host defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it. Passing over, he will preserve it. As birds flying, man. What's that talking about? Chariots, man. So-called UFOs. So will the Lord host defend Jerusalem. There's many examples of that. Defending also, he will deliver it. That's how the elect's going to be delivered. The chariots get beamed up in that ship. Right? That's why you shouldn't fear, man. Chariots have always been there. Been there behind, back in the day. They're here right now. You can't see them. Sometimes they do show themselves. You see them. For the most part, they're up there right now. You just can't see them. And there's an example of that. The servant of the Most High, man. And Elisha, prayed that the servant would have sight because they're about to go to war. And he was afraid. Yeah, I'll just read the whole thing. This is 2 Kings 6 and 8. Then the king of Syria warred against Israel and took counsel with his servants, saying, in such and such a place shall be my camp. And the man of the Most High sent unto the king of Israel, saying, beware that thou pass not such a place, for thither the Syrians are come down. And the king of Israel sent to the place which the man of the Most High told him, and warned him of, and saved himself there, not once nor twice. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing. And he called his servants and said unto them, will ye not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of his servants said, none, my lord, O king, but Elisha, the prophet that is in Israel, telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in my bedchamber. He said, go and spy where he is, that I may send him and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. So they're looking for Elisha, man. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, the host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? Yeah, he saw that whole Syrian army coming, passing the whole city, the whole host, the army, man. He was fearful of it. He was scared. God, 2 Kings 6:16, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And you have to have that mindset today, you know, when it gets really bad out here. When that time of Jacob trouble's in that full swing, you gotta know that there will be more with us than they are with them. Even though it says the enemy shall come in like a flood. The enemy, they have enemies, you know. Verse 17, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses, and chariots, and fire round about Elisha. Man, so let me read that again. He says, and Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man. He gave him eyes to see, you know. He revealed that other dimension. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses, chariots, and chariots of fire round about Elisha. So the whole mountain was full of chariots, man. You know, right there to protect him. And you have to have that same, you know, that faith today, man. They're more with us than they are with them. Let me read that again. He answered, fear not. Back to verse 16. He answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them, man. Right, you know? Just like with King David, the same situation. His enemies, you know, compassed about him, right? Psalms 18 and 1. We'll start there. So Psalms 18 and 1. To the chief musician, Psalm of David, servant of the Lord, who spake unto the Lord the words of the song on the day that the Lord delivered him from the hand of his enemies, from the hand Saul, he said, I will love thee, O Lord, my strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. Yeah, your whole foundation. It is true. How about Shemi Shai? He is your power at the end of the day. You don't put your trust in Egypt, man. You don't put your trust in this government. Put your trust in Yahweh Shemi Shai, man. That's our history. That's our culture, man. That's our heritage. That's our faith, our foundation. Yahweh Shemi Shai. In these scriptures, man. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My power, my strength, in whom I will trust. My buckler, the horn of my salvation, the power of our salvation. Yahweh Shai, man. That's who he is. He's the deliverer, man. And my high tower. I will call upon the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. Yeah, you call upon Yahweh Shemi Shai, man, in that time, man. The more that be with us, that be with them. That's who you call upon. Yahweh Shemi Shai, Yahweh in the name, Yahweh Shai, man. So shall I be saved from my enemies. Sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. Yeah, we're coming to that time again where the sorrows of death are going to compass us, man. The time of Jacob's trouble, hour of temptation, ultimately the nuclear destruction, man. That's going to be the sorrows of death are going to compass us. And the floods of ungodly men are going to make people afraid, man. Ungodly men. Martial law troops, man, busting down your door at 4 a.m. Hauling you off to concentration camps, torturing, you know, guillotines. The sorrows of hell compassed about me. Death, the snares of death prevented me. In my distress, I called upon the Lord and cried unto my power. Over and over again, man. When you're distressed, you're in need. Call upon Yahweh Shemi Shai, man. And I cried unto my power, and he heard my voice out of his temple. And my cry came before him, even unto his ears. As you try, you know, cry to the Lord using proper names, man, and he will hear you. Our help is in the name of the Lord, man. Get that real quick. Psalms. This is Psalms 124 and 8. Our help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. Right? Our help is in the name. No other name under heaven in which we must be saved. Man. You got guys that want to push other names out there. Knowing the truth. A lot of them know the truth, man. They know the true names. How about Shemi Shai? They took a bag, they took some money, they took that payout. So pushing other names out there, man. You can't be saved under Ahaya, Shia. That's not the true name of the Lord, man. Jesus Christ. You can't be saved under Christ. Christ blessed and all that, man. You can't be saved under Yahweh. Those aren't the names, man. Yeah, our help, you know, is in the name. That's our true help, man. You say, go on to them and go down to Egypt for help. The system for help, man. The system is setting you up. Go on to them and go on to Egypt for help. It says, our help is in the name of Yahweh Shemi Shai, who made heaven and earth. You gotta keep saying that, man. People are stiff-necked and hard-hearted, man. Yeah, back in Psalms 18 and 6, in my distress, I called upon the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai, and he cried unto my power. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even unto his ears. The earth shook and trembled, the foundations of the foundations also of the hills moved or were shaken because of his wrath. Yeah, let me read that real quick in the AMP real quick. Psalms 18:7 in the AMP. Then the earth shook and quaked, and the foundations of the mountains trembled. They were shaken because of his indignant and angry. He was indignant and angry. Indignant, and angry. And it's anger, He was messing, passed around his men, that pissed the Lord off, man. So he came down quick. Back in KJV, Psalms 18:8. There went a smoke out of his nostrils, fire out of his mouth devoured, coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came down, and darkness was under his feet. He rode upon a cherub, and did fly, yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind, man. He said, the wings of the wind, man. Wings, chariots, man. That's birds flying, The Lord is going to defend Jerusalem. He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters, thick clouds, and skies. At the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds passed, hailstones, and coals of fire. The Lord also thundered in the heavens, thunder and lightning, man. Other counts, thunderings, lasers coming down, man. The Lord also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. Yea, he sent out his arrows and scattered them. He shot out lightnings and discomforted them, man. What's that talking about, man? Lasers coming out, man. He scattered the enemies. He gave his enemies, man. Then the channels of waters were seen, the foundations of the world were discovered at thy rebuke, O Lord, at thy blast of the breath of thy nostrils. And he sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy. He delivered King David from the strong enemy, man. And our enemies on this side are strong, man. Jake want to get together, build guns. Black Panther Party, what do they call themselves now? The Lion Party or whatever they call themselves, man. You're not stronger than Esau, man, on this side. You need the help of Yahweh Shemi Shah. You're not going to be able to take this man down. You're not going to be able to take this man down. Lord said, wait ye upon me until I rise up to the prey, right? You got to wait on Yahweh Shemi Shah, man. Says that he delivered me from my strong enemy and from them which hated me, and they were too strong for me. Our enemies, the nations, Esau, they all hate us, and they're too strong for us, man. Scripture say, Jacob thou worm, man. Let me get that. Isaiah 41:14. It says, fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee. There goes that word help again, man. It's all about that help. We need help out here, man. Ain't nobody gonna help us except for Yahweh Shai, man. He's our only help on this side, man. We ain't gonna get no help otherwise. Everybody wants to kill us, man. Destroy us. People say, they made a tumult against us, man. These other nations. And Esau, man. They're confederate against us, man. It says, fear not, thou worm Jacob, ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, and our Redeemer. Yeah, looked up our Redeemer in the Hebrew, where there is a Gaal. Gaal means to act as kinsman, redeemer, avenge, to revenge, ransom. Do the part of kinsman. Or kinsman, man. Ahwar Shai is our kinsman, man. He's our avenger, the real avenger, man. He's gonna get that revenge, man. Get that revenge for Ahwar Shai. He's gonna give his men the power to revenge, man. That's why you wait on Ahwar Shai, man. You go out there and do it on your own, man. Join Black Panthers or Black Lions, whatever they call themselves now, or whatever, some other militia group. You're gonna push up there. Hey, man, this enemy is too strong for you. Esau is too strong for you on this side, man. Our help is in Yahweh Bashem Ahwar Shai. All right? Let's go, yeah, avenger, ransom, purchase, deliver, to avenge, you know. Yeah, let me read that again. Isaiah 41:14. Fear not thou worm, Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, thy avenger, thy deliverer, thy kinsman, the Holy One of Israel, man. Ahwar Shai, man. Behold, I'll make thee a new sharp threshing instrument. Because that's what we need in this time, man. Esau's too strong for us, so Ahwar Shai is gonna have to up the ante on this. Oh yeah. Hey, Esau has his weaponry. You know, Esau, you know, that's his blessing. He's got the weapons, he's got the boots, whatever. So Lord's gotta up the ante. You know, okay. I gave you this blessing. Now I'm about to give my people that blessing, man. I'm gonna give the elect their blessing. This is that new sharp threshing instrument with teeth, man. What's that? Spiritual power, man. You know, I'll make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small. You shall make the hills as chaff. Woo. You know, hey, you are waiting on that power, man. You ain't trying to collect Esau's weapons, man. Establish your own little militia or your little group. Esau's blessing? Hell no, man. We want that new sharp threshing instrument, man. I'll make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth, baby. That's that, hey, that's that spiritual power, man, that the men of the Lord are gonna get, man. The men, man. The Lord's men. Whoever the men are, man. It'll be a beautiful thing, man. And it says they shall thresh the mountains and beat them small. It shall make the hills chaff, man. They're talking about the enemies, man. The enemies of Israel, man. They'll beat them small, man. Scripture say, hey, they're gonna beat. Let me get that too, man. Something that beating, man. I like, you know, fuck a gun, man. You want to fight, you want to take down your enemies. You want to take them down with your fists. Just plow a motherfucker, man. Just beat the brakes off someone, man. That's how you get over on somebody. Fuck a gun, man. Shooting somebody. Like that movie Watchmen, man. It was beating the brakes off of people in that movie, man. Or what's that movie? What's his name? Blood and Bone. That movie, Blood and Bone, man. And Michael J. White. Like, he was bringing the brakes off of everybody in that movie, man. And that's how you do it. A fucking gun, you know? Them old kung fu flicks that Jake was in, them kung fu flicks, you know? Bruce Lee, just whooping ass, kicking, flipping, punching. That's how you get somebody, man. Beating the shit out of them. Fuck shooting somebody, man. Fucking gun, man. Read that again. That's that power. We'll say I'll make that horns iron and that hooves brass. You can turn into that real Iron Man around here. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small. And shall make the hills as chaff, man. Get that other one, man. It's probably my favorite scripture, man. It's got one of my favorites. Micah 4:13. Arise and thresh. Lord, I'm talking about that threshing, man. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion. Israel, man. You ain't talking about all these other nations out here. It's all Israel, man. Arise and thresh, O daughter of Zion, for I'll make thine horn iron. I'll make thy hooves brass. Iron represents power. I'll make thy horn iron. I'll make thy hooves brass. And thou shalt beat in pieces many people. And I'll consecrate their gain unto the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, in their substance unto the Lord of the whole earth, man. It says, I will beat in pieces. So I'll make thy horn iron. I'll make your power as iron. I'll make your hooves, your legs as brass, man. And thou shalt beat in pieces many people. Woo. Hey, wait upon the Lord, man. And right now we're worms. Our help is in the name, man. Wait ye upon me till I rise up to pray, as the Lord said. About that time, you go out there and do nothing with Esau. Esau, hey, it's prophecy, man. He's the Most High set up Esau to do this. It's part of the scripture. It's part of the book. It's the script of the movie. You know, that's going to offset what the Lord wants Esau to do. The Lord wants Esau to fuck 2/3 of our people up. That's what the Lord wants Esau to do. And Esau's going to do it until he raises up his men to take him down. Or really, the angels to take him down, man. Yahweh Shai to take him down, man. In that war in heaven, which goes back to the chariots, which I'm going to get back into, man. What is it? Zephaniah 3:8. Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, till the day that I rise up to the prey. My determination is to gather the nations. The Lord is doing that. He's gathering these nations, man. Trump just sent a bunch of aircraft carriers over there in the Middle East again. So he's gearing up for war, man. He sent over this weaponry, so he's building up that military structure over there. And you got Iraqis, they're signing up to help out the Iranians. I did a video on it, man. So you got guys in other nations, all these Ishmaelites are building up together, man. They're remembering their nature, they're prepared for war. They're not even taking compensation. They said, fuck the compensation. We don't care about no damn money. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. When Yahweh Shai come back, man. Yahweh Shai, he's gonna get his vengeance. Vengeance is burning on his mind right now. Something's ready to come back, man. Get revenge on the people, man. My determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, pour upon them mine indignation, for all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. That's what the Lord is doing right now. He's gathering all these nations right there in the Middle East right now. Trump is building up his weapons, his military might over there. They sent the USS General Ford. It's supposed to be the biggest aircraft carrier known to man right now. All the big weapons, the big guns, he's sending them over there right now, man. To where? To the Middle East. Lord's gathering the nations, man. He's working on the minds right now. Well, soon, man. It's got to be soon. And it's soon to the time of Jacob's trouble, because that has to happen first. This martial law has to happen first here in America, man. This place has to fall, man. The economic system has to crash. It's crashing, man. The dollar ain't worth shit. You know? It's crashing. So we're close. But shit. Go back to that Psalms. Yeah, back in Psalms 18:17, he delivered me from my strong enemy, and from them which hated me, for they are too strong for me. Yeah, hey man, on this side now, man, our enemies are too strong for us, man, so we have to wait ye upon the Lord, man. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. The Lord was his support, man. I wanted to look at that word stay, but there's nothing there. But you read that in the AMP. Psalms 18 and 18 in the AMP. They confronted me in the day of my disaster, but the Lord was my support. The Lord's going to be your support, man. You can't say that enough. In these end days, man. Back in the KJV, Psalms 18 and 19, he brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. So you have to, how does the Lord define? The Lord has to be delighted in you, man. You have to please the Lord. If you want protection from the Lord, how do you please the Lord? What? Push this word, man. In sincerity and in truth. And through the Spirit. Also, you push his name. Yahweh Shai, man. That's how the Lord is pleased by you, delighted in you, man. You do the right thing, man. Keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, man, out here. The best you can, man. If you fall, hey, get back up. You fall down, hey, get back up, man. Righteous man falls 7 times, get back up. Repent, get back up, keep pushing. That's how the Lord was delighted in you, man. Verse 20. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanliness of my hands, he hath recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord and have not wickedly departed from my power. You kept the ways, man. You don't depart from the power. You don't depart from righteousness, man. You're gonna see it tough. Whatever, you don't depart from it. Keep it moving, man. As you were saying, he that departed from evil, making himself a prey. How do you depart from evil? When you come back to your nationality, you come back to the truth, you follow these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. That's how you depart from evil. And when you do that, you make yourself a prey. You become tempted. The tempter comes on, man. Try to take you off this truth. And if he succeeds, that's how you depart from it, man. The Lord doesn't delight in that, man. He'll let you fall if you depart from righteousness, man. Return to your own vomit, so to speak, man. As the scriptures say. It says, for I have kept the ways of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and not wickedly departed from my power. For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statutes from me. They don't put away the statutes, man. Keep them to the best you can. I was also upright before him, kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore the Lord hath recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanliness of my hands in his eyesight. He recompensed you, man. You rewarded him, man. Read that in the AMP. It says, therefore the Lord has rewarded me according to my righteousness, man. Moral character, spiritual integrity, according to the cleanliness of my hands in his sight. Yeah, the Lord's going to reward you for doing good. So there's a reward, there's a benefit out here, man. Doing the right thing, man. That Spike Lee movie, Do the Right Thing, man. There's a reward for it, man. You know, it may seem like it. This world is completely contrary to the scriptures. Everything that this world is about is opposite of the scriptures. So that's why it can get hard, But hey, you're doing the right thing in front of the eyes of Yahweh Shai, man. Doing the right thing. The Lord's gonna bless you, man. Because there's coming a time of trouble, man. It's gonna come, and only his men are gonna be rewarded. His men are gonna be protected. then you shall know who are my chosen. Then you're gonna know who the Lord's chosen is, man. Because they're gonna stand out. They're gonna be like the golden wedge of Ahwar, man, like gold. They're gonna stand out, man. They're gonna protect you. All the women are gonna want them, you know. As I say, 7 women shall take hold of one man. All you dudes out here worried about these damn women out here. Well, hey, stick to the Lord. The Lord will give you some women. Look at that. Remnant prepared. Isaiah 4:1. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our bread, we'll wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, take away our reproach. Man, something's so bad out here, man. This whole culture is going to change, man. These women are actually going to finally act right. The so-called black woman's going to act right. She's going to be like, hey, we eat our own bread, we'll wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. You didn't marry us. You're not gonna have a problem getting rid of their maiden name. Right now, the black woman has a problem. Women in general have a problem with taking on your last name, man. They don't want to take on your full last name. They want to do that hyphenated shit, right? They got a problem with it because they see it as a sort of a form of servitude or being a slave to this man by taking his name. That's how they see it nowadays. You're supposed to cleave onto your husband. You're supposed to leave your family and cleave onto your husband when you get you a husband, man. These women are going to act right finally. That's how bad it's going to be. Let that sink in. It's going to get so bad out here, these women are actually going to start acting right. We just read, in that day 7, a complete number of women for that particular man. Some men, we only want one woman. You know, I don't need a bunch, me personally, I don't need a bunch of women, damn. You know, I ain't no player like that. I gotta have a whole roster of women. I don't need all that. I like to keep it to myself. You know, low, you know. Hey, I'm cool with just one chick, you know. Some brothers need a whole bunch of women. Some brothers need two, 3 women, whatever, you know. It says in that day, 7 women, a complete number of women, shall take hold of one man. Completion. That one man, who that man? That elect man, you know. Man, that's going to be more precious than fine gold in that day. It says, saying, we'll eat our own bread, wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, take away our reproach, take away their shame. Shame for what? The way they acted on the side. You know? The shame that they have. You know? Falling for the wiles of the devil out here, man. Taking hold of this philosophy, doing their own thing, trying to be an independent woman. You know? Whatever philosophies they took hold of, man. They're gonna be shameful for that in that day, man. Don't worry about nothing, man. Don't worry about women, man. Don't worry. Hey, do right by the Lord. The Lord's gonna do right by you. Right? Come on, man. I have to move. That's it on Psalms, man. A couple more examples. Looks like the main lesson, I want to go into 1 Corinthians 3, but looks like I'll have to do that in the night show. Opening up the show. To move across the street. close it up pretty soon. Yeah, just more examples of these chariots throughout history, you know. They play that dual role in the salvation and delivering of Israel. They also play a role in destroying this place, right? Destruction. This is time during the Maccabees, you know. It's the second Maccabees 10:24. It says, now Timotheus, whom the Jews had overcome before, had gathered a great multitude of foreign horses out of Asia, not a few. Came as though he would take jewelry by force of arms. So another army came up against Israel, man. And when he drew near, they that were with Maccabeus turned themselves to pray unto what they do. When the armies can pass them, when the enemies came near about unto them, what do? They prayed to the Most High, man. They prayed to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. We're gonna do that same exact thing again in this time, man. Let me read that again. And when he drew near, they that were with Maccabeus turned themselves to pray unto the Most High, and sprinkled earth upon their foreheads, and girded their loins with sackcloth, and fell down at the foot of the altar, and besought him to be merciful to them, and to be an enemy to their enemies, right? And an adversary to their adversaries, as the law declareth. Yeah, man, that's what you had. I pray for that, man. We want the Lord to be an enemy to our enemies, right? So after their prayer, they took their weapons and went on further from the city. And when they drew near to their enemies, they kept by themselves. Now when the sun being newly risen, they joined both together, one part having together with their virtue the refuge also unto the Lord for a pledge of their success and victory. The other side making their rage leader of the battle. But when the battle waxed strong, there appeared, this is the point, when the battle waxed strong, there appeared unto the enemies from heaven 5 comely men upon horses, with bridles of gold, and 2 of them led the Jews. Man. So from heaven, it said there appeared unto the enemies from heaven, right, in the sky, right? 5 comely men upon horses, and bridles of gold, and 2 of them led the Jews, and took Maccabeus betwixt them, and covered him on every side, weapons, and kept him safe, but shot arrows and lightnings against the enemies. Let me read that again. It said, and took Maccabeus between them, and covered him on every side, weapons, and kept him safe, right? But shot arrows and lightnings against the enemies, so that they, being confounded with blindness, and full of trouble, they were killed, full of trouble. They shot lightnings. They came from heaven. So we're talking about regular people, man. They came from heaven. They shot lightnings, man. Lasers came out and blinded them, man. Verse 31. Yeah, this is 2 Maccabees 24:31. And there were slain of footmen 20,500 and 600 horsemen. As for Timotheus himself, he fled into a very strong hold. Well, yeah, that's the point, man. That's the point, man. When the battle racked strong, man. That's when chariots showed up and the angels showed up, provided that protection, and delivered them from the strong enemy. It's going to happen again today, right? Yes, that's the beauty. That's the beautiful part. Yeah, chariots also going to play a part in destruction as well, man. Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Zechariah saw it. A flying roll. He saw a chariot. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof 20 cubits, the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Call it the curse of the earth, man. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on that side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Yeah, there's a curse across the whole earth. A curse to Esau, a curse to these other nations, man. That curse coming with the destruction too, man. Now this is Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. The slain of the Lord shall be many. Right? It says, behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger and fury, and rebuke with flames of fire. So the Lord's gonna come with his chariots and blast fire on this place, man. It's like in that movie, War of the Worlds, man. Prime example. Independence Day. That big laser beam that came out, blew up the White House. The chariots gonna be doing it, blasting fire on this place too. But ultimately, that nuclear fire is gonna come down, man. But hey, you know, that war in heaven is gonna happen too. Right? And you saw his angels and the dragon and his angels, Michael and his angels. Michael the archangel is gonna come back, the whole host of heaven along with Yahweh Shai, and the dragon, his angels, Esau, his fighter jets. They're gonna try and fight against the Lord, man. They're gonna be blasted out. Get that. Let's end it on this, you know. It's 2 Ezra 13:13. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong to thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. Man, so that man waxed strong. What's that man talking about? Talking about Yahweh Shai with thousands of heaven. You know, as birds flying, so shall they come to defend Jerusalem, man. So that all links up, man. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like the earth faileth when it feeleth fire. Well, hey, it's talking about the lasers, man. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds out of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea, out of that sky. I just read that in the book of Revelation. Who's that multitude, man? Multitude of men. It's talking about Esau, the dragon, and his angels, man. Esau and his military might. His fighter jets. You're gonna see the Lord up there. They're gonna come and get the Lord, man. They're gonna try to take him down. But I beheld, and lo, he graved to himself a great mountain that flew upon it. So Ezra saw that big chariot like Yahweh Shai was on that. That's a great mountain. That's how big it was, man. It's like Independence Day. A great mountain. But I would not have seen the region or place where about the hill was graven. And I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, yet durst fight. So these pilots, these generals, they're going to be so afraid. They're going to be afraid when they see that. Something you've never seen before. All this disclosure, Trump talking about the disclosure of this. We're not going to release the files. Nobody's seen world chariots like that. When they see this whole sky is filled with thousands of chariots, and they see that big father ship, man, they're going to be so afraid. What? The Lord's got to put the spirit on them to fight. Just like he did with Pharaoh. Back when we just read How the Israelites followed the pillar of fire by night and the cloud by day. What the Lord had to do, he had to put the spirit in Pharaoh to come after them, man. After all that the Lord did in Egypt, man, they didn't want to deal with that. The Lord put the spirit on them. Just like right now, the Lord's got to put the spirit on these different generals, these different fighter pilots. They got to go up there and fight him. The Lord wants that fight. The Lord wants to get his revenge. So we've read before, man. The Avenger. He's the Redeemer of Israel, man. The Avenger. The Avenger. That revenge, man. Our kinsman, our big bro, man. Our brother Yahushua, man. And lo, as I saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up hand nor held sword or any instrument of war. They have no sword, you know. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as if it had been a blast of fire. The lightnings that we read about. Psalms, Second Maccabees, some lightnings, that blast of fire out of his lips, a flaming breath. Out of his tongue, he cast sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together. The blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence on the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So what's that talking about, man? It's talking about the lasers the Lord's gonna blast on this army, man. These lightnings that we read about in Psalms, arrows and lightnings that we read about in Second Maccabees, that fire mixed. Let's read again. It's like a blast of fire out of his lips, a flaming breath. You know, he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together. That means that's like laser beams, man. So it means by the lightnings and lasers, fire, sparks, tempests, all mixed together. Gonna blast on these ships, man. There's nothing to be perceived but burning and the smell of smoke, right? So they're gonna lose. They're gonna be casted out of heaven, as it says in Revelation, man. I mean, they're gonna be casted out of their power, their rulership position that they're in, man. The Edomites, so-called white people, man. These other nations. They'll be put down, and Yahushua's coming back to take them out of power. And go into slavery, just like how we went into slavery. And that's a beautiful thing, right? It is what it is, man. Hey, shit. There's a whole other lesson I want to get into, but, you know, this whole spirit went into the chariot, so, Lord will, man, the night show, we get into that 1 Corinthians 3rd chapter, man. It's truth, man. With that, you know, call me Ashala, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai. All praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai. All right, call me Ashala, Shalom.